Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is the second day of FortiGate Firewall tutorial. In the first video we have seen first time configuration in FortiGate Firewall. We have configured the interfaces and required policies on the firewall. In this video we'll cover like how to configure policies with multi-interface mode. Also VLAN sub-interface configured on configuration on the FortiGate Firewall. So let's start with that. So this is the same topology I've taken. Okay, so just logged into the Fortinet firewall. Just take one new tab here. So I'm already logged into the device. So if you see here, uh, already we have configured all these interfaces in first video. So it's the same configuration here and some policies on the firewall. One from LAN to DMG internet and one from internet policy LAN to internet. But from DMG to internet we haven't configured any policies here. Okay, so if you try from DMG, like this is the DMG6. If I try to ping LAN system, I'm able to. Okay, I'm getting timeout because from DMG to LAN also we haven't configured any policy. And if I try to ping any internet IP, I'm not able to ping. Okay, so from DMG there is no policy configured, but from LAN to DMG we should be able to ping. Yeah, so we are getting the response right now. If you see this policy, okay, and if I click here, I cannot add multiple incoming interfaces here. Okay, I can only select one interface. Okay, so like if internet policy, this is from LAN to internet. If I have to allow from DMG to internet, I need to create new policy. Okay, like this DMG to internet, incoming interface DMG, outgoing internet, and in this source you have to select DMG subnet. Destination would be all, and for now we are selecting all services. But in production, you have to allow as per your company requirement and company policies. Okay. And this is the internet policy. So we are going to enable the netting here. Use outgoing interface address. Enable the policy and we'll mention the command as per like whatever request you have raised for along this internet policy. You have to mention that request number, also the date and your user ID if it is required. Okay. That is basically for audit purpose or any security like any for any troubleshooting purpose. In case if you want to know like when this policy is configured, who configured, this command is very important. Okay, now from DMG system if I try to ping internet IP, I'm able to ping. Okay, I'm getting the response because we have configured the internet policy. But if you see here for internet, we have configured two policies. Okay, one from DMG to internet, one from LAN to internet. But in FortiGate, we have one option where we can, uh, bind both interfaces DMG line in one policies. Okay, so let's see on that. Okay, so just go to the system, feature, visibility. I will have to see multiple interfaces policies. Okay, this you have to select multiple interface policy and apply. So now go to the firewall policies and go to the internet policy and see you are able to see plus option here. It means you can put multiple interfaces here. So I'll just put DMG, okay, and I don't need this rule, so I can delete this. So because of these features, in one rule only, we are creating internet policy, internet access for both LAN and DMG. Okay, so it is to save, firewall resources like memory, CPU, everything. Okay, so now let's try to ping from. We'll try once from LAN segment and then from DMG server. Okay, so this is our DMG server. I'm getting the response. Let's configure the DNS. I haven't configured DNS here. Okay. Okay. Now try from LAN system. Yeah, I'm able to pick. So I hope it is clear now. In multiple interface policies, you can create one security rule with multiple interfaces. Okay. So that is to save resources on the firewall. Now we'll see how to configure VLAN sub-interfaces on the firewall. Okay, so suppose in the LAN you want to create one more subnet here. Okay, 3.0/24. So, and I'm putting two pieces on this subnet. Switch off the switch. So this is required only in EVMG LAN. We have to switch off the device. Otherwise, in real time, you don't have to switch off. Okay. Also, there is no interface, so I'll just okay. Now switch on. So in the firewall, we have only one interface. So what we'll do, we'll create VLAN here. What is VLAN? VLAN is nothing but it's a virtual LAN. Okay, basically, we are dividing one broadcast domain into multiple broadcast domain. Okay, so that provides security to us. So one VLAN cannot communicate with other VLAN. Okay, if without any firewall or something. So that is why we need VLAN. So VLAN 20. So 2.0 we are putting into VLAN 20 and 3.0 VLAN 30. Now in the firewall and switch we have to configure VLAN configuration. Okay. So first go to the firewall system network interfaces. select port 2. We have to remove this IP from here. Zero dot zero only, and create interface VLAN 20 IP, allow ping. Okay, VLAN ID 20. This is required. You have to put the correct VLAN ID here, and type will be VLAN, and interface we are using port 2, so we'll mention port 2 here. And one more VLAN will configure VLAN 30 interface LAN port VLAN ID 30 IP address 192.168.3.10/24 ping. Now if you see here, we have configured both the VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. But if I try to ping, okay, like internet, I'm not able to ping now. Okay, so still we have to do configuration on switch end. So just go to this switch end. So this interface E0/0 will have to make it as trunk, then only it will pass the VLAN information. And 0/2 0/1 we have to put into the VLAN 20, and this two interface we have to put into VLAN 30. So switch port dot 1Q encapsulation trunk encapsulation dot 1Q. Okay, and switch mode port mode trunk. Okay, so this is the command which we have configured for is0/0. Now interface 0 port mode access port access VLAN 20. So we are putting this interface in VLAN 20, also 0/1 in VLAN 20. So it says here we don't have VLAN 20, so it is just created. Okay. If you see here, VLAN 20 is created and both interfaces are part of VLAN 20 now. Same we'll do with VLAN 30. We'll put 0/3 and 1/0 in VLAN 30. So this is just to save the configuration. So you can say trunk is allowed on this. Okay. Now we'll have to see what policy we have allowed here. Okay. So we have allowed policies from LAN to internet, and okay, we have deleted wrong policy. We have deleted policy LAN from LAN to DMG. Okay, so we'll create it again. Don't worry. If again, I'll just try to ping the internet IP. Still, I'm not able to reach because we have to allow access from a specific VLAN now. So I'll remove this LAN port 2. Instead, I will allow VLAN 20 and 30 for the internet access. Okay. And this we don't require, we can delete it because this is from DMG to internet, which is already allowed in above policies, so we don't need that. If I try to ping internet now, I am able to ping. Okay, so here I have removed physical port. Instead, I have allowed the virtual port, which is VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. So from both VLAN, internet should work fine. I'll just check from VPC to first. I'll configure the IP address here. My firewall IP is 3.10. I should be able to ping. Let's try to ping internet. I'm not able to ping the internet. Let's check logs if I'm receiving any logs here. Okay, it's denying. Why it is denying? Okay, just go to the firewall policy. Again, I'll show you the logs and report forward traffic, and it says deny policy violation, and policy ID is 0. Okay, and if you double click here, it will show everything here, like all the details. Source IP is 3.1, destination is 8.8.8, and policy ID is 0, and action is deny. So if you go to the policy, okay, I'm not able to see policy ID here, so I just click on the configure table. So policy IDs are unique. Okay, so if you see this ID, you can drag it here. Okay, so implicit deny, that is the policy ID 0. So it's hitting this rule. Okay, because we have allowed the interface, but in this source option we haven't mentioned 3.0 subnet here. That is why it is getting dropped. Okay, so now just allow this subnet, create address. You can put VLAN 30 192.168.3.0/24. Now I am able to ping. So you should also know how to do troubleshooting in case if access is not working. Okay. Now I will allow access from VLAN 20 to DMG. Okay. So let's create one more policy here. You can copy and paste also, like just copy, paste above, below, anything you want. So I'll remove incoming interface DMG port 20. I just want from VLAN 30 to DMG or 20 to DMG, whatever you want. So I'm just selling from VLAN 30 to DMG. Subnet, what is the subnet for VLAN 30? 192.168.3.0. I have already mentioned in the topology. For destination, this DMG subnet we have to select. Service all. Uh, I don't require any netting here, okay, because both are private network and it's internal subnet. Enable the policy. If you don't enable it, then it will not work. So just click on enable. Comment you can mention as per your requirement. Okay. Now if you see, I have allowed access from VLAN 30 to DMG. I should be able to reach DMG now. Yeah, I am able to ping. But if you try from LAN 8 PC, which is VLAN 20, I should not get response here, okay, because I haven't allowed policy on the firewall. Yeah, it's getting timeout. Okay, so I think now you know how to create a VLAN, how to create a policy with multiple interface, okay, and little troubleshooting which I have shown you. So I hope now you understand today's lab. Okay, thank you everyone.